Here's what makes the comfort of familiar keys tough. We like what's familiar. We trust the things that used to work. Why? Because they gave us results. They got us out of that tough season. They helped us with, before situations, or they helped us to win before. And so we cling to them like safety blankets. But familiarity can become a form of resistance. Sometimes it's not fear that holds us back, it's comfort. But success and progress don't live in the comfort zone. Welcome back to the Shattered Mindset podcast, where we explore the moments, mindsets, and turning points that define who we are and who we're becoming. I'm your host, Melvin Larry. And you ever been standing at a door, turning a key that used to work, but now it just won't open? Today, we're going to talk about something that's personal, practical, and powerful. It's the reality that old keys don't open new doors. Now, that phrase might sound catchy, but we're going to break it down in a way that challenges you to think about what you're still carrying from last season and whether it's holding you back from your next one. You may have heard it said that what got you here won't get you there. And look, I'm not knocking the things that helped you to get this far, the grind, the resilience, that mindset you had to adopt just to survive. Salute to that version of you. But here's the thing, just because it brought you to the door doesn't mean it's the key to go through it. Sometimes we become so loyal to the hustle, the process, or the belief that helped us make it that we fail to notice when it's no longer serving us. It's like trying to use the key to your old apartment to get into your new home. The location is different. The architecture has changed, and the door was never meant to recognize that key. Look, I recently lost my keys while I was in the grocery store. I don't know where they were. It may have dropped them in the produce. Usually I have them in my pocket or somehow, but I don't know what I had. Maybe I carried them in my hand. I couldn't find them. The people in the store couldn't find them. I don't know where they dropped the produce or the chips on the floor. I kicked them or somebody picked them up. I have no idea. We looked and looked. I left and came back and looked. I had to call, someone, a service to help me to get into my car because I didn't want to leave it there and have it towed home. It was ugly. All right. So because I lost my keys to my car to my home, I knew I needed to get more keys made because I didn't want to, have my keys just hanging around out there. And although my wife had spare keys to the car, had spare keys to the house, I felt that I needed to change the locks for security's sake. So then now her old keys no longer gave us access. We had updated the systems. All right. Okay. So listen, some of us are trying to access updated opportunities with outdated strategies, trying to build a future with expired instructions. And truthfully, that's what many of us do, especially in business, relationships, and even our personal growth. You probably heard the saying, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. And in some cases, that's true. There's no need to reinvent the wheel if something is genuinely working. But here's where that mindset can actually trap you. Just because something isn't broken doesn't mean it still belongs. Some things aren't falling apart, but they're quietly falling behind. They're no longer aligned with the season you're in, okay? Or the direction you're headed. So the question isn't, is it broken? The real question is it still building? Because anything that's not helping you build the future you're called to, look, it's already outdated, even if it's still functioning. Here's what makes the comfort of familiar keys tough. We like what's familiar. We trust the things that used to work. Why? Because they gave us results. They got us out of that tough season. They helped us to win before. And so we cling to them like safety blankets. But familiarity can become a form of resistance. Sometimes it's not fear that holds us back, it's comfort. But success and progress don't live in the comfort zone. Old mindsets whisper, this worked before, but new doors demand we ask, but is it working now? That's where the tension lives. That's where many people get stuck. Did you know the identity attached to old keys is also about mindset? You see, those keys, those beliefs, those titles, they aren't just actions, they become part of your identity. You're the person who always hustles. You're the one who fixes things. You're the quiet one, the reliable one, the no days off one, the go to person, the one the family and seemingly everyone else looks to for everything. But if you're not careful, you'll start confusing who you are with what you do. And when that happens, it's hard to let go of the old key because you think letting go means losing yourself. But hear me clearly. You're not losing yourself. You're shedding what no longer fits the future version of you. Here's a quick exercise. Let's call it the key ring check. I want you to imagine your key ring physically or mentally. Now ask yourself, which key represents a belief that once protected me, but now limits me? Which strategy got me here, but is too small for where I'm going? Which door have I been trying to reopen when I should be looking for a new one entirely? Because here's the truth, some doors are closed on purpose, not because you're locked out, but because you've outgrown what's behind them. A real shattered mindset moment comes in breaking loyalty to outdated beliefs. You might have heard me say this before. Weakness in mindset will always create leaks in destiny. And trying to force your old mindset to work in a new season, that's a major leak. It shows up in procrastination, in burnout, in resentment. It shows up when you keep saying, this used to work. Why isn't it working now? That's the moment to stop being loyal to your last breakthrough and start preparing for your next elevation. Man, letting go can hurt. A lot of times it's emotional. And that, look, grief intention, there's a sting in admitting that what once worked just doesn't anymore. Or you just need to clear a path for something bigger. It's okay to do that. Just because you're releasing something doesn't mean it wasn't valuable. It just means its season has ended. And sometimes the most mature thing you can do is bless what was and walk boldly into what's next. Now, look at this through a legacy lens, teaching it to the next generation. If you've got children or mentees or people who look up to you, this is a mindset lesson worth passing on. Don't keep using the key that made you survive when there's a new door waiting for you to thrive. Show them what it looks like to evolve, to honor your past, but not be imprisoned by it. To say that version of me was good, but I'm not done growing. That's the kind of example that leaves legacy. So, what door is before you right now? Is it a career shift, a business change? Is it a relationship change? I don't know. Is it a personal transformation? Tell me, tell yourself. Ask yourself this. Am I holding on to an old key because it's comfortable or because it's still effective? If it's no longer opening doors, it might be time to set it down because the key to your next level is rarely found in your last one. Here's a challenge to step into the new this week. Identify one old key, a belief, a habit, a strategy that you've outgrown. Thank it, bless it, release it, and then go find the new one because old keys don't open new doors. But a renewed mind, a willing heart, that unlocks everything. So if today's message hit home for you, do me a favor. Like, subscribe, comment, and share this with someone who might still be clinging to yesterday's keychain. And until next time, keep shattering those mindsets and building the life, the legacy, and the leadership you were born to walk in. I'll see you the next time on the Shattered Mindset Podcast. Take care. Take charge. God bless.